I'm super happy that you're here. If you haven't checked the previous video that kind of explains what I'm about to do for the next 30 days, you can check that first, or you can continue whatever you want actually. As I told you, I'm gonna do a bit of anchoring and get myself even more energized, like right now.
Here's someone like that, baby, no way. Watch me while I do my thing. Oh, baby, no way. Are you fucking with the plan?
So the topic of the second tease was summarized in this. Everything we do in life, we do out of our need to avoid pain or out of our desire to gain pleasure. It's as simple as that, and I really do believe in this. Think about it. Why do most of the women stop dieting? Because they link so much pain to it. Or why do we procrastinate even though we know that it's bad for us? That's because apparently we associate less pain to doing nothing and taking no action rather than doing whatever it is that we need to do. Or think, like, I can give you my personal story. Like, once when I was a bit younger, I did drink a bit too much of alcohol. I'm not proud of it, don't judge. But the point is that I felt so much pain out of that actually situation that never in my life I drank so much. As a matter of fact, I have such a bad relationship with alcohol. I drink super rarely, and when I do, very little. So that's only because I associated so much pain to that. He also says that we do far more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. In fact, most of people don't succeed in life unless they experience a significant amount of pain. And like, think about it. For example, would you work harder to save $25,000 or euros, or to work so that somebody doesn't steal 25,000 for you? Of course, you know, if you had the incentive of somebody stealing, you would work harder. So, you know, even though the pain, it's a higher drive for us, you know, there's also pleasure. For example, think advertisers. This example is really interesting. Think of Beyonce, for example, doing the commercial for Pepsi. Why do you think this huge company pays millions and millions of dollars just for a minute of Beyonce's lives? I tell you why. That's because people associate a great amount of pleasure to listening to Beyonce's music or with her figure. So there comes a company, Pepsi in this case, and says, we want people to feel and associate as much pleasure to our product. So they use her, for example, and that's why it's so valuable. The point is, there's plenty of people in the world, like advertisers, for example, and companies that are paid tons of money to make us associate and link things to pleasure or pain. So let's do it for ourselves. Let's advertise our mind and learn to control this power. What Tony wants you to understand is we have the ability to change our focus, therefore change our behavior instantly, and be able to control pain and pleasure and what we link them to. So that's also the assignment. Let's get to the assignment part. So basically what he wants you to do is to write down a few steps that you want to take action. Write down what pain you associate with doing them, and write down also how can you make it pleasurable, what could be make you feel better out of doing it. So I'm gonna just tell you one thing that I'm gonna do because I would take forever otherwise. First thing for me is to live more in the now and less in the past and the future. Let me elaborate. This is more linked with me living in Albania rather than abroad, which I have been living before and I want to live in the future. Albania and Tirana, where I live, is a beautiful city, lots to do here, people love it. But why it has been a block for me is because I linked pain to it, because I don't have much opportunities career-wise, especially for dancing, which was and still is one of my biggest passions. Nobody can train me here, blah, 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 blah. All these excuses and pain that are related to it. Now, I already link a lot of pleasure to staying with that, but I will link even more pleasure to it. For example, I can do still YouTube videos here and, you know, develop that, you know, thing of passion of mine. I have my family. There's beautiful places I can visit and film about. I can still dance, at least for fun, but even develop myself. There's so much things I'm starting to link pleasure to, and automatically I feel already so good for living here and all the opportunities that I already have, and focus on those rather on the pain that I linked before, and I already am doing so much better because of it. So that was a great assignment. This was for the second tape. I'm super happy with the results, what I've learned, what I've done, what I will do. Yeah, share also your stories. I would be really glad to hear some of the actions you've been putting off and how you will link more pleasure to them, etc., etc. I love you. See you on the next day. Bye bye. I just wanted to say sorry if I was too fast and crazy as always, but I was late for this seminar that I was giving about like social media and stuff, and that's why I was like that. But ooh, look at that. Okay, talk tomorrow. Bye bye.